You were missing a boat trip for this podcast. I really appreciate that.
Well, we'll see if it's worth it.
Yeah, where'd they go on the show?
I don't know this time, but Sonny said that, it won't be the last time, so.
It was just Sonny and Gabe?
And I think, Evan set it up, so Evan has Eternal Bliss out in Virginia Beach. So
What's that?
It's a cannabis brand. And they're pretty good.
Shout out to the cannabis brands. While we're talking about cannabis brands, shout out to Grow Club. That's our new sponsor. I was just watching some video. It was I think it was a clip from No Jumper. It was this guy with I think he's a grower from like LA. And he was like, I don't know if you've seen this, Karen. He was like, basically a lot of these growers in legal states like California are switching to growing hemp, which is like, I think they call it like THCA or something like this. Basically, there's like a lot of restrictions and guidelines when you're growing weed, like regular weed. And they don't have that if you're growing like the hemp stuff. But to make the hemp stuff, you have to grow regular weed first, then turn it into that. So it's like you just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, hemp is like how you make all the fabric and everything anyway. So
yeah,
I'm sure you can, make a lot out of it versus just getting high. So
yeah, for sure. That's how, that's how weed became illegal. You know about that story?
Yeah.
It was the dude that owned the paper mill. Basically, it was like when weed became illegal. I forgot the guy's name. Fun, look it up, Karen. But in that time, I think it was in the 1900s or maybe mid 1900s. But it was a guy who pretty much owned the paper mill in the town. He owned basically like paper was made out of trees.
Yeah,
obviously. So he owned the plant that made the paper from the trees, and then he also owned the newspaper in the town.
Oh, wow.
And then
so he printed out that.
Well, he owned that. And then there was another guy that started making paper out of hemp, which was actually a lot better.
Yeah.
So this guy that owned the paper mill from trees, he used his newspaper to create propaganda about weed. So people didn't switch over to that because he would lose money on making paper out of trees.
Isn't that like how Hitler got in power? He just like got on the radio when it was first out.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Like it was just like the loudest person in the room. You know,
that sounds interesting. Also, maybe chat. What is this? This the guy? Is it true that marijuana was ruled illegal due to William Randolph Hearst not wanting hemp to lower the? That's one of the reasons he had a big investment in trees and sold newsprints and many other papers. I don't know. Also, just go to Chat GPT and maybe type in what she said. Type in what was the importance of radio to Hitler gaining power? See if there's any importance there. So you missed this boat trip. Well, actually, I kind of want to start off with talking about while he's looking this up. What's up with this Utopia Feni fundraiser? Is Utopia Feni going out of business? What's happening?
Well, no, it's not going out of business. Like, there's a lot of steps that would have to happen before we go completely away. So that's nowhere close to that. But, like with our space, like since 2020, I feel like, it's just been really hard to get back up, for most businesses in general. It's been hard to stay consistent. So, plus, just finding what is safe for the space, what makes most sense. I've, worked with a lot of curators. Back in the day, I had more energy to be working with new artists. And, now it's more so, sustaining the space rather than being creative with it. So, this was just a big question in my head. It's should we keep the gallery? Sustaining
a space, by that you mean just keeping it open?
Yeah.
And then so other people can come in and be creative and do that part of it.
Yeah. So, this was kind of making everybody aware of where we're at. I've kind of known where we were at for since last summer, this has just been a big question in my head. But I realized I want to keep the vision alive, and I really believe in it. So, and this time I want to, really pivot towards the Kempsville neighborhood rather than the whole of 757 because, I feel like our platform already reaches the whole of 757. We go to the oceanfront in Norfolk and, the Chrysler Museum and everything. So it's like we already exist everywhere. But as far as the Kempsville neighborhood, like, yeah, there really isn't an art outlet out there. So it's like that's kind of how we became sustainable in the first place. It's like, Rebel was right down the street, and like a lot of my peers like lived in a 5-minute radius. So,
and the Kempsville neighborhood that's the actual area where the Utopia Feni is right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So would you say that, because I pretty much got hip to Utopia Feni, I want to say 2020, maybe 2021. Mm-hmm. That's when I started coming there. And to me, it seems like you guys always been doing a bunch of stuff, like going out and doing stuff at other venues. In your mind, you're saying it kind of started slowing down there. So were things more up before 2020?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Scholarship and Sunshine, I kind of let them run the space a bit more. So there was a lot more consistent shows, new artists coming in. And then with our open mics, we've been doing that since our year two, maybe year 3. But
and this is 10 years right now.
Yeah, now August 15th will be our 10-year anniversary. So yeah, probably like 2016 is when we started doing open mics. And, that is how we met a lot of the artists that come through. But yeah, it was just really hard to trust the space in other hands after, slowing the momentum down. Like, it's just, and plus it's like, all that time it's like, wow, I was really letting like strangers just party in my space. And, I just didn't know what was going to happen. And like, luckily, these are all good people, good community. But as I get older, obviously I have to be more responsible. So, and know how to run a venue. Like I didn't set out to run a music venue.
Yeah, what are some things that you've learned along the way that you didn't know it took to run a venue, like from the beginning?
I mean, there's a lot. Like, I mean, there's, of course there's like permits and stuff, but it's just like the social aspect of like, knowing your community will take care of you kind of thing. We're as good as we can be to everybody that comes through. So it's just like, it's nice to be able to trust other people to kind of run things for us too.
So you mentioned the open mics. It's been like 10 years now. I think that's the first time I was there was the open mic when I was still doing music. Kind of started getting involved in the scene.
When are you coming back out?
I think I'm on hiatus. I don't know if I'm coming back out, to be honest with you.
That's actually why I'm here, guys.
No, it's not why she's here. She's here because she really didn't want to go on a boat trip. She's scared of the water, so she was like, "I'm just using it as an excuse."
Yeah, I just need an excuse.
But
and to get you back.
But no, it's like I know you guys do a bunch of like cool things outside of Utopia Feni now, but I always imagined Utopia Feni, the actual building, as like the home base.
Yeah.
And the importance I see for your space and spaces like yours is it's like really pivotal for an artist's development. So like you can literally go, like I've been talking about this with a few people on the show, but like we need spaces like that where you can literally go as a new artist, hit open mics, like figure out your stage presence, learn how you want to perform, like learn about networking with people, like how that goes. And yeah, I think those spots are like really important in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean like
I don't want to see you straight. Like I know you could do a bunch of cool stuff on top of that, but I think keeping that alive is cool.
And that's exactly why we dropped the fundraiser when we did, was because I really needed to feel confident that we could hit the goal. Number one, it's like, those 9 days that I gave people was kind of like the last ditch attempt that I didn't even know that, or nobody knew that was happening. But it's like, okay, either I could make magic happen in these 9 days, or, we lose.
The 9 days of raising the funds.
Yeah.
So did you raise all the funds you needed?
Yeah, within 3 days, which was really cool.
Pull up our post, Karen. There's a post on Utopia Feni about it. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, so like, it was kind of a bet that we took on ourselves, but like, I really had to reach that level of confidence in what we could do to make that goal. Because, you can like put up, oh yeah, we kind of need funds, but if I didn't say save Utopia, I don't think people
this shit's about to go away.
Yeah, I don't think people would have really known what's going on. Yeah, I kind of, I did archive a lot of posts, but Yeah, that was from the concert.
So this was the fundraiser cookout, which I
Yes.
missed this, actually. I saw this like the day after.
Yeah. Well, they pulled it together in 2 days. It was Serenity and Sunshine. Yeah, they basically put this whole lineup together, like hit up a bunch of artists that they, thought could be in it. And Nat hosted it. Nat wanted to figure out ways to help. A lot of people that came donated, even before it too, in scholarship. He was in charge of the actual cookout part. So it's like our community really came out.
I've noticed that with a few different things that happen in the community, like when our like DJs will get like robbed, the community will really get behind them and put some money behind them because they want to see these people like continue.
Of course. And like, it's just like so many people put out energy for the community. So it's really nice when the community shows its appreciation back.
How does it feel to you seeing like these new artists come through your space and then kind of like grow and flourish from there?
It's really cool. Especially because I remember a lot of their first times there and like how shy they were, or even how shy I was. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really cool to watch people grow up. And, I feel like at this point, we've all been around each other long enough to like say we grew up together, Like I've probably known you at least
It's been like
6 years.
It's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like, damn, yeah, this is like more than high school, more than college, So
to me, it always seems like when I look back at the time that's passed, even like when I started doing the podcast, like, yeah, it's been like 5 years, which sounds like a lot, but in one hand, it feels like it hasn't been that long, but then the other hand, it's like it feels like a lifetime.
It feels like you've been doing this like forever.
Like I don't even like remember my life before this. It was, I always was doing this.
Did you exist before this?
No, literally. Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Because I definitely met you when you were just
I was at an open
music.
mic, I'm pretty sure. At Feni. Yeah.
But did you start the podcast? Were you already doing the podcast before then?
Before I started coming to Utopia Feni?
Yeah.
So I started the pod in 2020.
Oh.
I want to say I didn't come to Utopia Feni before that. So I think I was already doing the podcast, but there was a period there when I was doing both.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, because I definitely met you as an artist more so.
Because, I mean, even me coming on the scene, because, like, okay, so around the time I started coming to Utopia Feni, that's when I really started being, like, involved with the scene and, like, getting hip to, like, what's going on, who are the players out here, what are they doing? And even in those days, when I'm coming in, like, 2020, I can already see that there's, like, a new crowd that I'm part of. Then there's, like, the OG crowd, the people that have been there, like you, Gabe, Sonny. So I'm already kind of seeing the different levels. Or the different eras. I always say, like, just how there's different, like, eras in music of, like, America. There's different eras in 757 music.
Yeah.
And you see people come and go. You see the people that stick around. And I'm always interested to see how people, like, evolve and continue doing this as they get older.
Well,
so I've been looking to you for that. Like, Rod from Traptastic, Sonny and Gabe, I think, do a good job at it. So it's like I've been kind of just trying to learn from afar, like, learning from watching you guys and how you do it.
Right. I mean, it feels like, it's like a new class coming up every time.
Yeah, it's graduation class.
It's like,
it's like XXL freshman list. It's a Utopia Feni freshman list. Yo, that'd be
we should have a yearbook or something, because
that's
it's
actually,
like...
That's my plan for the end of this year. I want to start doing, like, at the end of every year to do, like, a yearbook style recap of all the episodes from that year. It'll just look like a yearbook, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, like, honestly, it's because it's how it feels, because a lot of these kids... whatever class that they're a part of, they end up graduating at the same time and doing bigger shows. You know what I mean? It's like, it really does feel like that, like, it's just generations going on.
For sure. You mentioned that you archive posts. I know you had a recent London trip that you did, like, an art show out there, but I was just looking through your Instagram today, but I couldn't find the post. Did I miss it? Or
in the Utopia Feni
see if you can find that, Karen. Yeah, tell us a bit about this London trip while he looks that up.
Yeah, so it's that post next to the Bay Day flyer. Yeah, but
the rabbit one?
Next to that, so 2 away. No, sorry. Yes, this one.
Yeah, what was this like?
Actually, it was all very random. So, like, I was supposed to just go on a family trip kind of thing. But with everything else in the air for Utopia Feni at the time, like, because I already knew that I was going to have to do this fundraiser. I knew that everything was going to be in limbo. I didn't know how we were going to sustain and everything. But I was like, what can I do to like raise my momentum and like have faith in myself? And it was just like, I should do an art show abroad, you know? Like, let me see like if I'm really serious about this vision that I'm trying to keep. Because like if I'm not willing to work for it, what's the point of keeping it, you know? So basically, I already had the idea of having like, you know, a group exhibition out there. And so the theme was teaching local artists about Bengali folk art because, you know, Feni is in Bangladesh. And I thought that was a good way to kind of tie all the themes together because I actually created Utopia Feni while I was in London in school. So like the whole thing was to just bring it back to where the idea was concepted and also teach our 757 about local art, about Bengali art, but also teach London about 757 artists. So it was just like a big, you know, full circle kind of project that I really wanted to make happen.
What was the process of like actually making it happen out there? Like, so did you like have connections with a venue out there? Like, did you already have a crowd of people that like who came to it out there? Like, how'd you promote it out there? Like, what people came there?
Honestly, like the venue that we ended up choosing, all I did was look up on Instagram like coffee shops in London. And so we found this coffee slash wine bar that seemed to resonate with Utopia Feni. Like they seem to have a lot of different events by like a diverse community, like different kind of, like they have like Mario Kart Tuesdays and, you know, like chess and just different demographics go in there. It's just like, I wanted something that felt casual enough to resonate with Utopia Feni. Like I didn't want like some big art gallery. I wanted something that felt like home. So, and then my brother lives out there. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So he has a business called High Velocity Startups. So he actually teaches business owners and like gives them the resources to like super speed their projects. So that's basically how he sponsored this.
Does he invest in them as well, like monetarily, or is he like a teaching, more like a
teaching thing? But like for this, you know, like he definitely sponsored it in that way. Like he helped me fund the project. So that was cool. Like,
did you find and set up that coffee shop while you were still out here, or like when you got out there?
No, I actually hit them up a week before I was supposed to fly out. Like all the artists already started making their art. I never told anybody where it was going to be or if it was happening. They were just like, all right, you said it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So it was really cool that nobody was like, like questioning what was going to happen. And I think that helped lock the space in though, for sure.
And how did you do the marketing out there? Was it just there? I guess they have a crowd that just comes in like every day.
Yeah, they already had their own events and stuff. So they had actually that night was a bunch of like female DJs and.
Oh, so they already had another event. You were kind of accompanying this. Okay.
Yeah, so this was more of just like a physical manifestation of an idea. It wasn't about creating our own community out there, but actually that night, you know, it's like the opening. I met so many new people who just really understood the concept of what we were doing. And, you know, it felt nice that like, you know, even though I didn't really set out to, you know, I don't know, build much with this, it was like a first step. It's like, okay, this really broke the seal of hosting a show in a foreign country or a different city. So this makes it actualize it in my brain that we can do this anywhere.
How were the, like, people interacting with the art or like with each other? Like, did it feel like the same as throwing an event out here? Like, what were the people like out there?
I mean, okay, it was a bit different. Like, there was a birthday party that night. There was like a younger crowd that did actually remind me of our crowd a bit. The venue owner himself, he's like a whole other crowd. You know, it felt like home in that way, but it's like something was missing, and I think I just, you know, missed home.
Your friend.
Yeah.
I asked that because I remember that when I was in Bosnia a few years back, I was like, I was hanging out with my cousin's boyfriend at the time, and like him and his friends, and we were just like drinking and like smoking weed and shit. And I just felt so weird to me that I'm like across the world in Bosnia, and it's like I'm with this friend group, and it's like this whole other culture, but it's the same shit. Like everybody's like kind of the same in a way.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. It's like it feels like I don't know, like AI or something. It's like, who are all these people? Like, you know, it's like I never thought that, you know, I'd be bonding with these people, just like taking shots with a big group of strangers that I met that night. You know, it's like I felt just as welcome there as I felt, you know.
How long has your brother lived out there?
So he actually lived there when I lived there.
When you went to college there?
Yeah. So he lived there for a while back then. He went to like law school and stuff back then, but he actually lived in Ukraine. So he had to flee Ukraine when the war started. Yeah.
Really? How long was he in Ukraine?
4 or 5 years. I could be making that up, but I think about that. Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Do you know what city in Ukraine?
Kiev.
In Kiev, in the capital?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so he actually had his wedding there in 2019, which I got to go to.
Oh, is his wife Ukrainian?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's wild.
Yeah, no, Ukraine is such a beautiful country, so it's like it was pretty wild.
Well, I think the war may have reached Kiev now, but from what I've seen, like Kiev was pretty safe for the most part for like the most of the war. Like they were doing like they're still doing like concerts and like parties. Like you can see videos like of like Ukrainian parties and concerts still happening to this day, but it's like all women because the men are at war.
Wow.
So the women are just like partying.
Crazy.
Like, okay.
Yeah, no, I know that like the war definitely affected Kiev, you know.
Well, luckily he was like able to get out. Mm-hmm. You know, because there's a lot of people that just can't get out. Like once you get to that threshold of like it's war now, you can't even get a plane ticket.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it was pretty scary when my brother was going through it, but now he's more of an advocate for Ukraine.
Yeah. Has he told you or like his wife told you any information on like where things are at right now over there?
I mean, honestly, I was just so preoccupied with everything else that like.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, it is still pretty bad, you know.
No, I mean, it's full scale war. It's war right now.
No, I mean, like, so I do know that my brother is like continuously interviewing people who are still in Ukraine. Basically, just trying to figure out how to create more awareness.
You say he's interviewing people over there?
Yeah. So he actually does his own kind of podcast kind of thing too.
Oh, wow. Can we find that? Is that available?
Maybe you could look at RaihanIslam.com.
Try to look that up, Karen. He does have a YouTube?
Maybe, I'm not sure. It's
yeah, it is. Yeah, tell him how to spell it.
Raihan. Islam is ISLAM. And then,
that's your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Wow, let's watch a couple seconds of this.
Okay.
Trying to see if he looks like you. Virginia Beach, VA native. Turn up a little bit on your laptop. You guys don't really look that alike, actually.
No,
yeah, honestly, like not to be weird, but he looks kind of more Indian than you.
Well,
I would think he was Indian.
I got Cuban today, so.
Okay. All right, Karen, go back. So he just interviews different people. He's trying to like raise money and stuff, like donations for the people over there.
Yeah, and just like
that's cool. So this is like kind of like a passion project for him. He just.
I mean, like, because his kids are Ukrainian, you know.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it.
Yeah, like at this point, you know, he created a whole community out there, and like he had to leave it. So.
That's cool. Maybe I can. Honestly, I would love to do like a virtual podcast with him.
That would be cool. I'm sure he would love it because
set that up for us.
He is really into Virginia politics as well, and with his business, he's actually in IT and law, so like he just kind of has like a supercomputer brain that.
It's to me it's weird because these wars that are going on right now, like the war in Ukraine, the war in Gaza, these have been kind of the first wars that I've been like an adult for. So I'm kind of like conscious of it more. Like, there's always been wars our whole life, but I was just like, when you're a kid, you're not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
So like these wars, I've been older, so I've been more aware of what's going on, and we kind of saw the beginning of them. Well, both of these wars, obviously, the Gaza war and in Ukraine, they have history that's led to this moment, but we kind of saw these new beginnings of them. So in my mind, I'm kind of just paying attention to like news coverage about it, like public sentiment. And you even see where like the war in Gaza, when it first started, huge public sentiment in America, like around the world is talking about it. But like, no matter how serious the thing is, even war, eventually people stop caring. It's like you don't see not nearly as many people talking about Gaza today.
Right. Well, I mean, it is like a lot of momentum, and then a lot of people get like fatigue from protests and everything. Like, we used to throw a bunch of protests.
Well, the first protest I've been to in my life was with you.
Okay,
It was for like the Palestinian protest.
Oh, wow.
The pro-Palestinian protest.
Yeah.
In Norfolk, right? Virginia Beach, Norfolk?
Norfolk.
So yeah, that was like the first protest I was a part of. I mean, like most other people, you're fucking seeing all these videos of kids dying and shit on your phone. So it's like something's crazy going on. It probably should stop.
Well, it's kind of funny because I actually met with somebody today to really re-energize the cause in Palestine. People's care and awareness for it. Now that we're stabilizing Utopia a bit better, like I can give my energy other places. So this cause is with my friend Maria, who I went to governor's school with, but she recently funded a water truck in Palestine. So like, literally, $300 gets them a big truck of water for a week.
Not to be that guy, but how do you know it's actually getting there?
Yeah, no. So she's been talking to, she's been FaceTiming with the people who are out there because she posts so much that, at first she was like, what, who am I actually sending money to? But, as she posts more, people reach out to her more. So that's how she got connected. There's actually a piece of paper on the water truck. You could see it's like sponsored by Maria Planko, So it's like,
I don't even think I want my name on that. To be honest with you. It's
it is.
Take my name off it, but just go ahead and send it.
Sorry?
No, I'll just be like, just take my name off of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send it.
I was thinking it's just like, I've been able to put my name on the line for a lot of things. So it's just like, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me, the way I was raised, my mom was always like, stay to yourself. You don't have to make your opinions vocal all the time. Like,
that's crazy.
Honestly, my mom was like, don't even tell people you're Muslim.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. She was just like, because when I was coming up, like 9/11 happened when I was like 6.
Yeah.
So after that, it was started the whole like Muslims are terrorist things. And my mom was fearful because of that. So she was like,
yeah.
And then she knows so my parents were in a war, like a real fucking war in my city, like in my country. So they know where this whole political shit leads to. It eventually leads to, okay, no, screw you. We're going to kill all of you guys. Eventually leads to that.
Yeah.
Like this whole I don't know. It's like religion or like nationalism. Like there's always people that are super passionate about it that will kill for that. So it's you can make yourself a target sometimes. You know what I mean?
I think that
not everybody wants to have a regular conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Right. I have put myself on the line to be a target for a lot of things, but it's just like, when you're somebody who has a platform,
use it.
Yeah, like you use your platform to elevate artists, It's
I try to.
For sure. It's like, keeping to yourself isn't really an option for you. So
yeah. No, yeah. I mean, even when my mom was telling me that coming up, I'm like, well, somebody has to speak.
Yeah.
Because if nobody speaks, then like nothing changes.
Exactly. I don't know. And it's just like as a second generation, like you kind of have more balls to do it. Like, you have a little bit less to lose than what they thought they did. So. Yeah.
And me, I always just felt like an undercover Muslim.
Yeah, like you're blonde as hell.
Like you can't really tell I'm Muslim unless I tell you. Like most people just think I'm American.
Yeah, no, you really can't tell what you are.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was always important to you, like using your space and your platform to help uplift other people's voices.
Yeah, I got a little temper on me. So like sometimes.
A temper?
Yeah, like, I don't know, I get charged up about a lot of things. So, it's like that's kind of how I funnel it, is to make noise. And, you know, I am stubborn, so I am willing to fight for things. Like, I used to be on the Arts and Humanities Commission in Virginia Beach, so I'd get to advocate for organizations to get more funding. You know, it's like, and I'd realized, like, if I wasn't the loudest person in the room right then, I would, like, some of those organizations wouldn't have as much funding as they ended up getting. So it's like, I kind of like learned my power in using my voice.
Weren't you on another commission, like for the Vibe District or something like that? What were you doing out there?
The Arts and Humanities Commission.
Oh, that was the one? Okay.
It was the city of Virginia Beach. So all of Virginia Beach.
Are you still doing that?
No, I actually stopped. Last year was my last year. I might do it again someday, but I realized it's like I really need to focus on Utopia. So.
I saw you spoke at the Creative Mornings Virginia Beach thing.
Yeah.
What was that event? Can you tell us a bit about that brand? Because I don't think I've heard of them before that.
So they actually have chapters all over the world, and basically it's a creative platform in many different cities where each month they have a different theme. So my theme, I think, was journey. So it's like, you know, all about, so Kate from the Vibe District thought of me for that one because it was coming up on our 10-year anniversary. So I got to speak about the 10-year journey of Utopia Feni. But yeah, every month is a different artist, different kind of craft, different story. So.
Well, before we get to that, what is the most challenging? What has been the most challenging part through this 10-year journey? If you had to say one thing.
I think learning my confidence, maybe. I was like a super shy person when I first started Utopia Feni. Like it wasn't until year 3 that I even like made friends in the community, you know. I was like really to myself. So learning how to open up and knowing being myself was, you know, a value. I think that was kind of difficult to learn, because even when like people were throwing shows at Utopia Feni, I would still hide in the back because I was so shy.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I wasn't even a part of my own community. I felt like everyone's like, who is that girl? Like, who is that lady?
I thought you were trying to be cool in the back room.
No, I was just really fucking shy.
Cause you in a little back room. I feel like sometimes all the cool kids go there. I'm like, man, I'm in the front, man. What y'all doing?
No, it's literally everyone has anxiety and goes hides back in my office.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what that was. But I mean, like, no, I mean, now I'm definitely a lot more empowered in who I am and stuff. And I've been doing this long enough.
Yeah.
So.
Would you say you're like an introvert at heart?
Yeah. Definitely.
It's funny too. A lot of artists or like a lot of creative people are introverted till it comes to like their creativity. Like they'll be introverted in their regular life, but when it comes to like performing at a show or like networking with other artists, like they feel freedom in that.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, you can be both, you know, and it's just like, I think the main thing with introverts is that they need to recharge, you know. They need to either feel safe or recharge. And I think when you feel safe, it's like, that's when the wildest version of you comes out. You know what I mean? So like a lot of these introverts are actually just really wild, crazy people who are just shy to do it at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody has like a wild B-side that needs to come out.
I thought, Karen, pull this post up for me. I thought when I saw this post, I was so weak. It's the post of you and Carrie Ann. And it's like just a slide of pictures of you guys. I just wanted to pull this up on the podcast because it was great. It's one of her, I think it's on her page. Yeah. And even the song, I think that's up there. Go down. Yeah, it's that one on the left with her and Carrie Ann. Just play that song and just scroll through that a little bit. Just click on the post. Yeah. I'm like, I was just like, it's like I was watching like a TV show intro.
Well, yeah, it was her birthday month, and you know.
Oh yeah.
We've been through a lot.
I just saw her the other night at the fashion show.
Oh, yeah.
The Foster Beauty fashion show.
Yeah, I really wanted to be there, but
it was cool.
It was one of my introvert nights. But it looked gorgeous. It looked amazing.
Yeah, shout out to Carrie Ann. We had a really cool conversation.
Hell yeah, carrying.
The fashion show was cool. Did you see the promo I did with her for it?
Yeah,
Talk
that
to
was
the animals?
awesome. No,
Yeah.
like all of your, all of your skits and everything are definitely leveling up. I was like, I didn't even know you could do all that.
I've been trying to get more into like doing promos for people's events. So it's like figuring out that style. Somebody just hit me up recently. They're doing a battle rap event soon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm in the process of brainstorming like a promo for
is
that.
the Era?
Era's part of it.
Yeah.
So it's Era and Antidote Agency is doing that.
Okay, sure.
So-
I saw Mac is actually performing in it.
Mac who?
Mac's daddy.
Yeah, Fake Azumi's girl?
Yeah.
Don't they live in New York now?
Yeah. But they both travel down here a lot for.
Yeah, I saw Fake Azumi just made a post about like all the gigs that he's done in New York so far.
Yeah.
He's been out there doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, no, they're definitely doing the thing. So,
I always say like the local scene is where you get your practice in. That's where you put them reps in. Like if you're smart, you will take advantage of everything that your local scene has to offer. And that's not only monetary stuff. Like you might not make money, but it's that artist development shit. You
sure.
run through the circuit, you develop, you figure out your formula, and then you go elsewhere and you apply that formula you learned in other areas.
yeah, no, it's definitely practice. And like, especially here, it's like the lowest stakes practice you could possibly have.
I like that. Low stakes. And I mean,
Yeah.
here, but also that's anywhere. It's low stakes before the world is watching, right? Because when the world is watching, now it's so much pressure. And,
Exactly.
and it'll make things probably like a million times harder. But if you did your practice when there was no stakes, it's a lot easier to like do it once the world is watching.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I can remember so many artists, like, first time getting on, like, an open mic stage and then seeing them on these big stages, like Something in the Water. And even the Annex, it feels like such a much more elevated platform than we used to have, And so it's just like, yeah, seeing people go from shy to that feels incredible, but seeing them travel around the world and start doing what they do is pretty insane.
I think the Annex is honestly a very solid like mid-tier venue.
Yeah.
Like you can fit like I think like 500 people in there.
Okay.
Like that's a good step from doing. It's still a local show, but like you might be coming up doing like a 50-person show. If you can sell out the Annex for your show, like you're pretty big locally.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, they do the research to bring artists from around like the country too. So it's not like it's not built for just locals, I think it's only year one
For the
less than
Annex?
that, so.
Oh, they just opened up.
Yeah.
Did I know that? Okay. I think the first time I was there was actually I forgot the first time, but I know Sonny and Gabe did their show there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Time Travelers Ball.
Yeah. So
When
like
I went to the
they
Future.
hadn't been open long before that.
Yeah, remember when I went to the Future and interviewed them?
Oh right,
Did you see that?
yeah.
Actually, I have a pod coming up with Gabe, I think, later this month.
Oh, nice.
Be our first one since he claimed his Bugman title.
That put Bugman on the map. So
For real, I don't know if he's like mentioned that anywhere else, but after that, I just started seeing that on flyers and like he was really just like he was Bugman now.
I mean, I kind of knew he was a bug man, but I didn't know he was the bug man. So,
But yeah, the Annex is cool. It's definitely great to take advantage of what your scene has to offer. Speaking of big stages, I saw one of your goals with revamping Utopia Feni is to like finally build the stage that you want. Mm-hmm. What is your vision for like your ideal stage at Utopia Feni? It's out back, right?
Yeah. So behind, what looks like a house, like I would love to get like a big backdrop as well to cover up
The house?
Yeah,
Or
basically.
the fence side? Or
Well,
behind?
no, the house.
Yeah.
The mostly like, just make it look like a real venue stage, like, so building a deck that can also serve, in the daytime, people can go have picnics out there and enjoy a garden. And, if we ever get another food venue in there, it can be like outdoor seating kind of thing. But at night, it can really serve as like a literal platform. Like it's somewhere that people will feel as iconic as our indoor stage, with our piano that has the flowers. I feel like a lot of people recognize our space off of that. So I would love something for the outdoor to be like a grander. Yeah.
Would you put like a roof over top of it?
Maybe like some kind of contraption. Like I've always thought about building an atrium. I mean, there's so much land back there. We could do anything, but I think the stage is the first step.
I seen you guys I don't know if you just brought it back. Did the first one just happen, the first Fridays?
Yeah.
Was that the first one of the year?
Yeah, it was the first one. We usually start in June too, so it was like
okay. So it's like a summer thing.
Yeah. So this is our 4th year.
So this is the 4th year doing First Fridays. Any ideas on how you guys were like elevated this year? Like anything new coming to First Fridays this year? What else do you guys have planned? Like, is there going to be any new things that Feni's doing this year?
I mean, as far as First Fridays, it's really about getting the formula just right. So like last summer I was like super sick, so I feel like the formula kind of fell off a bit, you know?
What was the original formula?
I mean, no, it's just like, we didn't have electricity on that thing. So it's like,
really?
We would just power off of generators, like a couple small ones. Last year we upgraded to like a big one. They had rent per event. So it's like, with every year our budget has been able to increase a bit. So now we have electricity, like real running electricity.
They brought power there. There's actual power now. I know they built like they put the roof over top of it.
Yeah. The huge stage covering. It just looks like a venue spot now. So
and it's at a good location. Like honestly, I think that it'll be cool to even do when you do the First Fridays because it's pretty close to the Strip, right? Am I remembering right? Like the actual Strip? It's a couple blocks away?
Yeah.
Like I would have people out walking on the Strip with signs and flyers.
Oh, right.
And inviting people over there. Because that spot already is a hot spot, but if you go a couple blocks, you got the whole fucking Strip.
That's something we definitely need to get better at marketing. Like I think that's what this year is about. It's like now that we've perfected the formula, now we can do more outreach. So the Dome actually opened the night that we had our First Friday.
How far away is the Dome is on the Strip?
It's like literally a block or two away. It's like literally right there.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to that night. Me and my girl ended up falling asleep when I wake up like 8 o'clock that night, so we didn't go. But I wanted to go to it. It looked fire.
Yeah. No, it's super cool. It's just like a lot of the people that were there actually did come to our concert. So.
And that thing usually happens at the same time as that like flea market thing around the corner,
flea.
right?
Yeah.
Do they usually do it on the same night as you guys?
Yeah. So it's First Fridays. So it's more about activating the neighborhood.
Oh, wait. So is First Fridays your concept or is that something that's districts already doing?
A lot of art districts do First Fridays. We just got the honor of like actually curating a show out of it. So we have like the main platform. Yeah. That's like a focal point. But VB Flea, they've been doing their thing for over a decade. So it's like they have their community. They have a lot of people come through. So it's like we actually, it's like they're a blessing to us. Like, a lot of people find out about us because of them. So we just get to have that big stage and luckily have the team to, make it kind of feel like a bigger show.
I've been saying this about like content and our artists from the area, but even I guess it applies to our live events too. Like I think we can do a better job at marketing these events to the like everyday public out here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what that looks like though. Does that look like we said, having people out with physical flyers? Does that look doing targeted Facebook like marketing and putting in money into like this area? I think the good route is having an Eventbrite for all these events because like people just go on Eventbrite and they'll just type in things to do in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And if you can like name your thing correctly and have the right like tags, it will show your event to those people.
No, I think honestly that's the one thing that like especially artists are stubborn about is like putting in the groundwork to meet new people. Because everybody thinks about their community and thinks about the same community other people are trying to reach out to. When really we have like 200,000 people in Virginia Beach alone.
This is what I've been saying. Did you see my conversation with Carrie Ann?
Yeah.
So this is what I was saying all the way up until I started talking to her. Then she kind of like unconvinced me about it, but I still kind of think I'm right.
Well, it's Carrie a hard ass. So it's
No, she made a great point because I was same shit. I was like, yo, we have like so many fucking hundreds of thousands of people in this area. Like we haven't figured out how to reach them. But then she's like, okay, but like how many of those people are actually your demographic? Like how many? Like some of those people are babies. Some of those people are grandparents.
Sure.
Some of those people don't like this type of music. They might not like live music. So it's like that number does get smaller and smaller.
It does.
But I would say it's still at least 100,000.
It's a lot. No, and I think like, you really have to be vast in your imagination to know you can do it. Because if you are really just competing for the same people who are going to every event, then one, you're not building community. Two, it's scarcity. That's all you can picture when you think of, who's not coming to your event, I guess. But I mean, what I've seen, even in the wintertime, every event was packed out, whether you're in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, wherever, only you at whatever, wherever you are.
Traptastic goes crazy every time.
Like everything. It's just like, that is the most people I ever saw out in the dead of winter. Like, even when it was snowstorming, people were out having a snowball fight. Like, community is out, and it's just like, we have really multiplied in the last 10 years.
Not to mention that night that Commune did the thing. Was that Neon Fest?
Yeah.
That whole block was crazy.
Yeah, Work Release came back for the night. Like, that when I first started, actually, I went to the Neon Fest where Work Release was born, and like...
Were you there at opening weekend of Work Release?
Yeah, I was. This is before I knew Carrie Ann, knew Charlie, any of them. Like, I didn't know... Yeah, I didn't know this community at all. That was still in my shy era. And I was like... But I just remember being so inspired, being like, this is the city life that I always wanted, and it's here.
Yeah, these local events have been going up. Traptastic, not to mention something in the water, like the Jackalope Fest, the like random like country concerts they'll do. Like people come out to these things. There is people out here that want to experience live entertainment, but I just don't think we've packaged it the right way to like show it to them. Yeah,
I think it's just still early stages. I think the Dome is definitely going to help.
That's definitely going to help. Do you know what the capacity is of that venue?
No idea.
Look that up, Karen. I think it might be like 5,000. I think it's pretty big. Is that where the Shane Gillis show is going to be at? See, he's going to the Shane Gillis show on Saturday, which I just saw recently. I think is called the Funny Bone, but there's about to be like a pretty big comedy venue being opened up in Virginia Beach, where I think it's like 5,000 cap, which is like the biggest one so far out here. So we're probably gonna have to start having more like bigger comedians coming out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 5,000. 5,000. This includes 3,500 person music hall, 1,500 person outdoor lawn, and 150 person VIP. Okay.
Interesting.
And then it can also be configured for smaller, intimate events.
Okay, that's probably where I'll be.
Yeah, I mean, that 5,000 guest spot, like, I think we'll start having a lot more artists come out. And the thing is like, I like having these different size venues because you have the space to level up. Just like we talked about earlier. So let's say you start out, you're a new artist. You start out, you throw your first show at Utopia Feni. You sell 50 tickets. 50 people at your first show. You're working the scene. You're figuring out your thing. You can get up to the Annex. You sell out a 500 person show. Keep working. You get up to the Dome. Now you have the capability to run out the Dome. If you're at that level, now you're doing 5,000 people shows. So the infrastructure is being built.
It really is. And it's just like having people like, Pharrell who had the vision, like, I feel like whatever he saw in this area, he got to see before any of us did, and that's why he invested in it. But it is kind of a similar vision that we all had, though. That's like there is something special about here. So it's cool that it's kind of being affirmed, and it's like we are going to have access to platforms like that for our local artists. So it's like, yeah, it is cool to have this as a training ground, really.
Traptastic, I was going to say, too. Traptastic is partnering up with the Waterside. You see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, pull that up. Go to the Traptastic page. So they're partnering with, like, Waterside and Norfolk, and they're doing some type of event, like, all on Waterside. Let's see what it says. I think it's coming up next month. But that's a big step too, because you know they're going from Crocs to these like smaller places which they're selling it out. Now to Waterside, Rock the Dock.
Oh wow, I did see this.
That's probably gonna be crazy.
That was awesome.
Yeah, zoom in on that description. What does that say? Oh yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
It says this Memorial Day weekend, we're not chasing hype. We're building moments. Come on. Rock the Dock, so cool. May 25th, 4 to 10. I'm surprised they didn't do 4 to close. At the end of the day, the goal is simple. Good people, waterfront views, and nothing but smiles.
That's awesome.
It's about coming together and having a time. Come on. Oh, yeah, tickets for it? Look at my comment. Come on. Tough.
Yeah. No, this is going to be really cool. No,
Somebody said, where's the link? Don't piss me off. Yeah.
No, we're actually, we're all partnering on Bay Day at Ocean View.
What's that?
Park. So this is with Shake Norfolk. I got on the team with them. It's Traptastic is on it, Byla's on it, and it's basically building a festival for Ocean View. So
is there a flyer for that out?
Yeah, it's actually on the Utopia Feni page.
Let's see that, Karen.
Traptastic still needs to accept the collaboration invite.
Stop playing, Rod. I'll call him when we get out the phone.
Yeah, make sure that this part is highlighted.
Which one is that?
It's
the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did see that. So this is a festival at. What is Ocean View?
Ocean View is the beach between Virginia Beach and Norfolk.
It's a separate beach.
Yeah, it's actually, it's like connected, but it's actually its own community. So they actually have a very vast community as well.
Okay.
But it's just like a little bit farther out of Norfolk, but close to the beach.
So it's going to be on the beach.
Yeah. Well, it's actually in the park right before the beach. But the whole point is to have a beach day out of it. So.
He's trying to find you on the map. Do you see where it's at? Zoom in on it, Karen. Where's the park at? Can you tell from this map?
So wherever it says Ocean View, I think it's like around, I don't know. I don't even know Ocean View like that, but but it is cool. It is cool to see all these things pop up. Like being able to, Traptastic being able to take over Waterside is so lit. Considering it's like, it's really our community that's actually... Yeah, we're able to do what we want now, so it's really. I
love
cool.
it because I always feel like we're the early adopters of the creative stuff in our area. So I just know I'll be super happy when I start seeing my friends I went to high school with talk about these events.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because they're not really hip to it yet.
Well, I mean, I know even my nieces and my nephew, they'll be like, "Oh, this person knows who you are," or they went to this event. Everybody was seeing the Social Supply videos. My niece's friends were reposting Daft's video. And it's just it's just really cool. It's okay, we don't even really have to do much, for these kids to know what's going on. It's it's actually working.
Yeah, no, I think it's working. I did an episode with Lil Twin and Mizzy Coke. I don't know if you saw that, which is these artists that Shaggy manages from Jersey.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they were on the pod and they were telling us about how they used to do these boat shows. So they'll run out this kind of it's like a yacht. It holds 100, 150 people on a boat. And they would just throw shows on there. And I texted fucking Cam from Social Supply. I was like, yo, y'all should do that this summer.
Oh,
Social Supply boat show.
A yacht show? Can we do a
boat party?
Yeah.
A party on the boat, 100,
yeah.
150 people.
Well, Sunnyside was doing that.
You film a set. He didn't text me back. But Cam, do that.
Wait, aren't you supposed to do a set scene with them too?
Bro, they playing about a set. I'm going to be honest, I don't know, because I'll probably get 10 million views and I don't want to show everybody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel it. They need to build their own platform.
Daft gonna be like, he didn't even take his fucking shirt off. Fucking poser. No, that was actually one of my favorite promos we did when Daft was beating me up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know Daft could act. I was like, okay.
He wasn't acting.
I thought he was. Yeah. He's like, I've been wanting to do this all night.
Oh, speaking of, I've been wanting to do this all night. Karen, pull up a POV boat trip video because I want Raeesah to feel at home, she's not missing out on anything.
Oh, right.
So let's just set the vibe for her. Just imagine we're on a boat right now, Raeesah.
Oh, this is the boat party.
This is the boat party. We'll even add Gabe and Sunny in here with you, so you don't feel alone.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Go up, Karen. Go to that second one. Yeah, that one right there, yep.
I mean...
This for you, Raeesah. Let's just take a breather. Enjoy the fresh air on this boat ride. It wasn't even a fucking canoe. Bro.
Yeah, we're all on a canoe. Damn.
Yo, what is going on?
This is not that relaxing.
I meant like a yacht with the damn slide coming off of it.
Yeah, this is
Bro, can we get a
compact.
better boat? Like, we're not all going to be hanging out on this fucking kayak. Type in yacht.
Yeah,
Yacht,
yeah, I
POV.
definitely need yacht. Or,
Right there.
a tuna fishing boat is cool,
Go up.
I guess.
Do they not have it? What is going on? Do we even make one of these videos? Yeah, let's go to that one. All right, here we go. We're going through the lake. Please keep your hands and feet in the boat at all times. There are gators.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow, this is even more stressful.
But yeah. My boy actually had a boat one time and it caught on fire and sunk.
What?
I'm being so serious. I was supposed to go that day. He invited us.
What?
I'll not go this day. What's happening here? Okay. No, he had a boat. It was actually like an official boat. It held like, I think 10 people. And him and my boy Jake ended up going that day and something happened with the engine. It caught fire and they literally jumped overboard and the shit caught on fire and sunk. And luckily there was a boat that just happened to be coming by because they were in the fucking middle of the water.
Wow.
Picked them up and shit.
How many people was it?
Just two. It was just two of them.
Oh, my goodness.
And the thing is, if you didn't know, if your boat sinks, like out here or maybe everywhere, but you have to pay to get it out. Like he wasn't allowed to just leave his boat sunk down there. He had to pay like $5 grand.
Can't just,
he had to pay like $5 grand to get it towed out of the fucking ocean.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Can we get some bluer water? Like,
Yeah, can we?
Since we're like,
what is it,
out
bro?
here.
That's probably mosquitoes out there.
Yeah, I'm feeling just muggy.
You ever been on a cruise or anything?
No, not yeah. I mean, I've been on the Spirit of Norfolk.
Bro, just type in POV boat ride. Is that not what you typed in?
Sure, that one. No.
Literally. Sailing ship ambiance. Just go to that one. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down for that. Yeah, I could do that for 10 hours.
Honestly, I'm scared of the ocean. I think I actually have, I don't know what the phobia is actually called, but I think I actually have that. Because when I see like large bodies of water, I get like a feeling like...
Oh, wow, so cruises are not...
No.
Yeah.
I had tickets to a cruise. One time I won these tickets for a cruise on the radio. Something happened on the radio. They had some promotion. I called in and won 2 tickets to the Bahamas. I think it was the Bahamas.
No way.
And so I was going to take my mom. And like right around the time I won, it was 4th of July. So I was downtown Newport News, I think, like at the fireworks show. And like you have to walk right past these like huge Navy ships that are like in the water right there. So I'm just standing like right next to this like huge Navy ship. And it's like almost in arm's reach. Like I can like almost touch it. It's like right in front of me. It's like fucking huge. I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at the ocean. I'm looking at the ship. I'm like, bro, I don't think I want to be in the middle of the ocean on one of these. So I just literally didn't go. I just didn't use the tickets.
Wow.
And this was like 10 years ago, and they're still calling me to this day. Like that travel agency
You
keeps
should go.
calling me.
I mean, at least give it to your mom.
It's too late now. So they keep calling me. They're like, hey, we're calling you about your travel vacation.
Oh, wow.
So now the only way I can use it is to like pay more money to use it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Turns out the one time you were supposed to be on a boat, it sunk and burned down. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was on that boat
for you.
before that day, before it happened. So
okay,
I've been on that boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Raeesah, last question. You said you're doing the ocean view stuff coming up. When is that?
That is going to be June 14th.
June 14th. Anything else that we can expect from Utopia Feni this year that you want to announce, or like anything you're trying out that's new? Like,
I'm actually going to be the head curator of the next big Chrysler party, Ignite. So this one is going to be Disco Inferno
like
is the theme.
the 50 Cent song?
I do not know the song.
Is that the actual song title?
that
Or did he just
not-
say that at a bar? He said Disco Inferno, let's
hope
go.
you're wrong.
You're not rocking with a pro. When is that?
So that's going to be July 25th. Gabe is DJing. Going to get an ABBA cover band.
50.
So
Who's the cover band?
It's I don't know the actual name.
Okay.
You know, we're still building it. We finally had the first meeting like on Monday. So I mean, there's gonna be some cool stuff like a video game room. There's gonna be drag karaoke, some fire themed glass building. You know, it's Inferno, so there's gonna be a colorful dance floor. It'll just be nice. Javi is gonna be doing lights, so Lowplex is.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he actually moved to Richmond. So
Really?
yeah.
Did he move in with his girl?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he was telling us that she lived in Richmond.
Yeah. So, you know, they're producing more stuff out there. So.
Okay. I'm excited to see that. That's actually at the Chrysler Museum.
Okay. So it's just a big art party around all the thousands of year old artifacts. So.
Hell yeah.
Fun.
Raeesah, I appreciate it. Sorry made you miss your boat trip. Hope you had a good time. I love keeping in touch with you, doing these updates. I love what you're doing for the scene, for the creators in the scene.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back after I made you strap a whole.
For sure. No, it's fine. I love talking to you anyway, so like it didn't even matter. I wasn't tripping.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you want to leave the people with?
I guess like stay tuned. You know, follow us on Instagram, and utopiafeni.com is officially being updated. So like, yeah, anything you want to find out about us should be up there as we speak. So if you want to support the cause, donate or share with a friend, you know, really we're just trying to do this for all y'all. So
Is the fundraiser still active? Can people still go
yeah.
donate?
So this is more so, yeah.
We'll put that link in the description as well. All her links will be in the description. Check out what Utopia Feni's doing. If you're watching this, we appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah.
Thank you.
See y'all soon.